The Myth of Sisyphus. When to give up and when to keep going. The story. This is a story from ancient Greece. The myth of Sisyphus is the story of the same day, with one person in hell and another in heaven. At its heart is the lesson of when to keep going or when to quit, when to persist, and when to change. The myth is based on a man and former king called Sisyphus, who resides in the underworld. Each day Sisyphus must carry a large stone to the top of a mountain. Before he can reach the top of the mountain, his strength, sapped with every step, finally fails him. Sisyphus drops the stone and is left to watch it roll down the mountain, back to the beginning again. Sisyphus must follow the stone back to the base of the mountain. The next day, he must again pick up the stone and carry it to the top of the mountain, only for him to fall once more. And the next day he must start again, and again, and again. While each day Sisyphus may grow stronger, before he wakes, Hades, god of the underworld, is already awake and busy. Hades is busy raising the mountain, busy making it a little bit higher than it was before. For Sisyphus, it would seem, each day is destined to fail, no matter how hard he tries. So why, day after day of failure, does Sisyphus keep trying? Should he quit, or should he keep going? The endless task. The myth of Sisyphus endures because it echoes the lives of many people who repeat the same day doing the same thing, day after day, week after week, month after month. While Sisyphus' task of carrying a stone up an ever-raising mountain may seem a cruel and unusual punishment, that forgets the reason why Sisyphus, having seen his work undone time and time again and needing to go back to the beginning again and again, picks up the stone and tries to carry it to the top of the mountain one more time. The deal. On his arrival to the underworld upon his death, Sisyphus is approached by Hermes and offered a deal. 1. He may drink from the fountain of forgetfulness and remain forgotten and forgetful in the underworld, or 2. Accept the task to carry a large stone to the top of a mountain. Once he's reached the top, he may set the stone down and use it as a step from which he can enter Olympus and become a god. Sisyphus therefore carries the stone as a choice. It is a task which, if Sisyphus completes, has the ultimate prize, to become a god. Hades is also part of the deal. Hades is the god of the underworld. Sisyphus does not know of Hades' involvement, but when Sisyphus accepts the challenge of carrying the stone to the top of the mountain, Hades is obligated to raise the mountain. Hades is part of a deal in which Hades has no choice. The twist in the myth of Sisyphus is not that Hades raises the mountain so that Sisyphus continually fails. It is that as Sisyphus each day grows stronger and moves closer to entering heaven and becoming a god, for Hades, a god already, each day is hell. Heaven and hell. The difference between heaven and hell in the day of Sisyphus is this. For Sisyphus, each day has a goal tied with the ultimate prize. Carry the stone to the top of the mountain and become a god. Each day Sisyphus moves closer and closer, and whilst he is destined not to reach it, each day will end with the hope that tomorrow he will. For Hades, the day is different. He has no goal or grand aim. He has a task, an obligation to raise the mountain. For Hades, god of the underworld, this is not a challenge. It is easy. It is dull and it is boring. For as long as Sisyphus returns the next day to carry the stone once more, Hades must keep raising the mountain a little higher. From the myth, heaven is a day when you reach the very edge of achieving your greatest goal. Hell is to have a day without a goal. A day that begins and ends with the same unfulfilling, meaningless, and monotonous task. When to quit and when to keep going. The decision to quit or keep going depends entirely on if you are Sisyphus or Hades. If you have a goal, and that goal is the highest goal you have for yourself, it is challenging, and each day you're a little closer to reaching it, and every day that follows you grow stronger and move closer. Keep going. Heaven is not in achieving the goal, but approaching reaching the goal. When you reach the goal, whatever it is, search for a bigger mountain and a bigger stone and keep going again. If your days are monotonous, unfulfilling, and have little meaning, it may be time to change. Even if you are a god, you will be happier carrying the stone up the mountain. You'll be happier being on the verge of being a god of the greatest mountain than you would be being a god of any mountain at all.